Hi, we wanted to go over today, for those of you that have been around with us for the past few years, this is a company that's been involved with helping people that are dealing with relief, stress, tension, pressure, whatever it may be, an imbalance in your system. What we've developed is a device called Zōk, and for most of you, you've heard about it, you know about it. We have theories that we started 3 years ago, but as you know and I know, as a doctor, neuroscience changes. And thanks to some amazing feedback from audiologists and neurologists, we begin to understand better of how the system is. So I've been extremely grateful for the outreach of people that have worked so hard to explain to me a little bit what I don't understand or what I might not know. And thanks to their specialty, I've come to understand this even better. Let's teach you what we find out and what we study. What we know is the ear, its system, and just the correct apparatus of the canal and that ear canal and that external ear, there's a lot of neurology going on there, more than just a sensation. There's multiple nerves that are involved in this area, 5, 7, 9, and 10. These nerves are important because most of these are involved with parasympathetic function. Not that to say that they're not involved in sympathetic, but most of it commonly, they're involved in neurological parasympathetic rest and digest and change. What we also know is that inside this tympanic membrane, you have the malleus, the incus, and the stapes bone before you get to the cochlear apparatus, which then deals with sound. But these bones are moved by muscles, and these muscles are innervated by cranial nerve 5 or 7, amongst others. And this feedback is more than just about balance systems, about cranial nerve 8. Notice, no cochlear nerve involved. It's not the vestibular apparatus. It's not the cochlear nerve. We're dealing with the muscles and the nerves that are innervating the ear itself and the system around it. And why is that important? Well, cranial nerve 5 and 7 go into the brainstem. If you have your brainstem here, this outpouch system is called the pons. This is involved where cranial nerve 5 and cranial nerve 7 come in. And 5 is the largest nucleus in the entire brainstem. Then you have cranial nerve 9 and cranial nerve 10, and cranial nerve 9 and 10 are in the medulla, and they deal with baroreceptors and heart regulation. So when you see people with tension and pressure and imbalances one side versus the other, you're going to realize I have cranial nerves on one side and cranial nerves on another. So what we've seen is with this little device inside the ear, we are changing much more than we even thought. And sometimes we assumed it was changing one aspect, but we realized that theory wasn't necessarily correct, but we've noticed that it's actually doing this. We've seen the change with thousands of people across the world. Testimonials that have come in that said, hey, the first time I used it, it didn't make a difference, but the second, third, fourth time I used it, it made all the difference in the world. Some of them use it in one ear and then jump to the other side. Some have two and use them in both sides. What works best for you? We're excited to share this new updated theory of what we understand now. And I'm sure we'll get more feedback from other doctors and other clinicians as we continue to research. We'll come up and update you with the newest science that we have discovered on why we believe this is making a difference with those that have those suffering and symptoms. We love your feedback. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.